takeaway was that both debaters were well behaved, except for that one tense moment when the moderators fact-checked JD Vance. Can you tell me what statement JD Vance made that needed to be corrected?
It was about the illegality of the Haitians in Springfield.
That's true.
Yeah, correct. Oh my God, you do one.
Yay!
Yeah. The moderators corrected Vance on his immigration facts.
Just to clarify for our viewers, Springfield, Ohio does have a large number of Haitian migrants who have legal status.
Margaret, the rules were that you guys weren't going to fact check. I think it's important to say what's actually going on.
I'm lying.
Vance had a lot to say on Tuesday, but he was criticized for one thing he didn't say.
Donald Trump lost the election.
Vance would not acknowledge that Trump lost the 2020 election. Take a look.
Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of the 2020 COVID situation?
That is a damning non-answer.
You know how mad a white man got to be to...
He looked like a little pink-faced Cabbage Patch Kid. He's so cute.
Vance's biggest praise of the week didn't come from Trump. Does anyone know how Georgia Congressman Mike Collins pumped up his preferred candidate?
He posted a picture of JD Vance.
Amber, what's your guess?
That.
Congressman Collins posted an edited photo of Vance the morning after the debate. Now, if anyone doesn't remember what JD Vance looks like on a regular day, it's that. And here's what Collins posted. Let's go side by side. Let's see if you can see the difference. See if you can see.
Wow. Wow.
JD Hemsworth.
That boy went from an Ohio 6 to a New York 7 immediately. So Trump is bad cop. Who was in there playing good cop?
There wasn't one.
It was Vice President JD Vance who rolled out the Ohio hospitality like this.
For 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Vance said what he had to say, then Zelensky hit him with the old, well, actually.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. Those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now the President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people.
You know what?
Ooh.
Facts are rude.
Well, sometimes you got the Ukraine-splain shit to people.
He came in, laid it out, and tied them up in their own words in his fourth language. Yeah. That is how easy it is.
Yeah.
Zelensky said what he had to say. Here was Vance in response.
With respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Oh, thank you for letting your dog shit in my yard. Thank you. Now, JD told Zelensky, you should be thanking me. Now, how you think old Zelensky responded to that?
I'm pretty sure he realized the error of his ways.
Here, and take 80% of our natural wealth.
Yes.
Zelensky clapped back with this.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
Have you ever been there before? Have you been to Ukraine? To which JD Vance said,
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring people, you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President.
If you watch it, you've been there. I watched Star Wars, man. I've been to the Dagobah system. I've been to Tatooine. What happened to JD Vance Thursday night at the Kennedy Center?
That boy got booed within an inch of his life. It was beautiful.
Here's the video.
There is no sound in the English language that maps more directly to the corresponding emotion than booing.
I just want to know, what was he going to see that was so important he needed to see it in person? You just got to watch the Wiggles at home. Earlier this week, Usha Vance announced that she'd be paying Greenland a visit. If you've never heard Usha Vance speak, you're always going to remember this moment.
Hello. I'm so excited to share that I'll be visiting Kalaalleq, Greenland, next weekend. I'm particularly thrilled to visit during your National Dog Sled Race, which our country is proud to support as a sponsor.
She's AI. That's AI. That's AI.
That is our Vice President and Ron Howard's greatest mistake, JD Vance. JD Vance offended the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Oh, yes, this was my favorite moment of the week. Go.
Buckeyes won the championship. They do what you do. You go to the White House, you
Yes.
celebrate, take a picture.
Yes.
And they're
Yes.
celebrating
I'm a
their
little slow.
2025.
Yes. And he dropped the damn trophy, didn't he? Yes. JD stands for just dumb. Just dumb.
Take a look. This week, Rand Paul offended factory reject Labubu Vice President JD Vance. You look like a Labubu.
He really does.
Rand called out the vice president over the government's recent strike on a Venezuelan boat they claimed was running drugs. When someone on Twitter told Vance the bombing was a war crime, the VP replied, quote, "I don't give a shit what you call it."
Is that real?
That's real.
Yeah, that's what he said.
What is happening?
It's a war.
I don't know. Like, I can't believe that you guys do this show every. Like, do you feel like you're living in a
nightmare?
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be like this.
Right? That's how
We're
I feel.
supposed to be having fun.
JD Vance says he doesn't give a shit about a possible war crime. That led fellow Republican and Senate Homeland Security Chair Rand Paul to post, quote, JD, I don't give a shit Vance says killing people he accuses of a crime is the highest and best use of the military. Did he ever read To Kill a Mockingbird? I remember that part of Kill a Mockingbird, like, oh yes, and then Boo Radley got hit with a drone. Question to the panel, where was the boat headed?
Well, it had to have been headed here because they blew it up.
Just give me a direction. You know where Venezuela is on the south?
North, it was coming north, it was coming here.
How are you sure it was coming here? Just because it was going north, it was coming here? You're sure about that?
Yes.
You're sure? You're convinced right now?
Yeah.
You're prepared to tell this courtroom that you are sure unequivocally that the boat was for sure headed to American soil, not Cuba,
You're
not
under
Jamaica.
oath, Amber.
I ordered the code red.
Ted Cruz offended Vice President and a Jeopardy contestant who claims his buzzer broke, JD Vance. Question to the panel, how did the fifth worst person in the world offend the fourth worst person in the world?
He stole his look. He stole his look.
I know there was some sort of leaked audio that came out this week where Ted Cruz was trashing the president and trashing Vance and doing something, right? Something like that.
Ooh, fun.
That's enough points. I give you points on that. Cruz offended Vance by talking smack about him and the president behind their backs. Here's MS Now with the report.
According to audio obtained by Axios. In private remarks to donors last year, Cruz also warned President Trump that tariffs could trigger major economic fallout, telling the president, quote, if we get to November of 2026 and prices are up 10 to 20% at the supermarket, we're going to go into an election day and face a bloodbath. You're going to lose the House. You're going to lose the Senate. You're going to spend the next 2 years being impeached every single week.
Every week, like Groundhog Day.
You didn't include my favorite part of that story, which is Donald Trump responded, and this is true, by saying, fuck you, Ted.
We got the footage.
Oh.
Here's Trump. Here's Trump with the response to Ted.
You, Ted. When asked for a comment, Cruz's office says he remains Trump's strongest ally in the Senate.
They're all political sadomasochists, I swear to God. Please hit me harder.
Well, we don't know for sure who's negotiating on the Iranian side. Here's who's involved in the deal on our side.
JD is involved, and Marco is involved, and Jared Kushner's involved, very smart guy, and Steve Witkoff, smart guy, is involved. And I'm involved. I'm involved. Why? I'm going to be so big. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. I'm the President of the United States, Tom.
Did it seem like he was surprised that he was involved?
Just received the news.
Out of that cast of characters in Trump's cabinet, who does the Iranian government want to talk with the most?
Vance.
I don't think anyone has ever wanted to talk to JD Vance, and I would include his wife and children in that list.
Here's the answer.
We're hearing from sources at CNN who told my colleague, Kylie Atwood, that Iran has actually expressed a preference for engaging in talks with the vice president, JD Vance. One of the sources told us that the perception is that Vance would be intent on wrapping up the conflict more so than the other officials.
Also, JD Vance is the most likely to become the new American Ayatollah, so it does make some sense.
You know for a fact that they insist on having JD Vance because they want to see if his head is really that size. They're going to be like, hey, welcome, try this hat on. a little snug, right?
He's a one-man argument against the concept of white supremacy.
Hey, are you a fan of Have I Got News for You? Then subscribe to our channel. Tap the subscribe button and click the bell while you're at it to stay up to the minute on our latest videos.